Hi and welcome to Cheeky Richer Cooking's apricot chicken cooked in the T4 Cook For Me. The ingredients are in the recipe box below. It's going to be made from scratch. It couldn't be easier. It's a hearty, healthy, family favourite, and I'm sure your family will enjoy it too. I've just set the Cook For Me to the preheating function or the browning function, and to that I'm going to add a good splash of some oil, just using rice bran oil here. You could use ghee, peanut oil or butter, whatever suits you. We've just got some boneless, skinless chicken thighs here, 6 of them. Just chop them into chunks about yay big, probably about the same size as the end of your thumb. We've got 2 different sorts of onions. Now I have plenty of brown onions, but I want to have a little bit of sweetness from the red onions. Also give it a nice bit of colour. We've got some chilies here. They're a sort of a sweet pepper. We've got some chicken stock cube there. Normally I would use homemade chicken stock, but I actually have run out of that. We've got some apricot nectar. Now I'm using dried apricots this time. You could use fresh apricots if you have them. You could also use canned apricots, but just drain the juice off because it'll make it too watery. And the T4 Cook For Me will plump these up and make them quite sticky and syrupy, and they will actually hold quite a bit of their shape. We're going to be serving it with some steamed rice. Now, because these are quite tart and our apricot nectar is actually unsweetened, I'm going to add some apricot jam, which also is a little bit tart. It's not too sweet, with some veggie salt and some freshly cracked pepper. We've got some garlic, and I'm going to put some fresh ginger in this. So we're just going to slice those. Our preheating's pretty well up to speed now, and we're going to pop our chicken in and saute it. You don't need to fry this off in batches. We're just going to drop the whole lot in, and you'll hear it starting to sizzle. We're going to add some vegetable salt, and the reason we're doing that is it's going to draw some of the moisture out of the chicken and aid in its browning, and that browning is going to give us lots of flavour. So just give it a good shake all over with some vegetable salt. Just use normal salt if you don't have veggie salt. Some freshly cracked pepper. The heat acting on this will actually intensify its flavour, and I don't mind it's quite chunky. It sort of looks like little speckles in the dish, but it has got a nice flavour. Good pinch of that. And we're just going to give this a bit of a stir around. It's not going to stick. Anything that cooks onto the bottom is going to be released when we add our other ingredients and contribute to a delicious sauce. Let's put that to one side, and I'll show you this other little gadgety thing I've got. Can't really remember where I got it from, but it's for slicing pretty well anything, I suppose. I've got, this thing came with it. Okay, so you clip that onto the outside of your microplane. Okay, you just clip it over the edge like that and just snap it on. For some reason it goes on better up this end. Not sure why. That's how you do it. And it's got a little grippy bit on here. And we're just going to get our garlic and our ginger, and I've showed you how to peel this in the past. You just get a teaspoon and you just scrape the outside of it with a teaspoon. There's very little waste there. You're really just peeling the paper or the skin off the outside of that. I just lose all that. It would actually get cooked up because it's really lovely fresh ginger, but we're going to put it into this little gadget I've got and show you how easy it is to do that. We're just going to slice it. It's still going to add lots of flavour. You know, you get a Chinese restaurant and you get that little bite of ginger every so often, you think, oh, I like that. There, that took seconds, and we have zero waste. Ginger's very expensive here at the moment. Actually, ginger's always expensive. It's a good cash crop for you. Okay, now we're just going to pop our garlic in there like so. Pop them both in there. And then this little thing, as you slide it up and down, it's got little grips on it. Can you see that in that light? And that way you don't shave your fingers as well. So just go backwards and forward. And then we've sliced up 2 cloves of garlic in like seconds. Ginger goes in now, do the same thing. It's a bit big actually, we'll see how we go. Don't press too hard because you'll actually make thicker slices. The less pressure you put on it, the thinner the slices will be, and that'll just sort of meld all into the dish with our little apricots and things. There you go, how easy was that? Right, now we're going to give this a bit of a stir around because it's getting a little bit busy on its own. And you can see it's getting lots of nice colour on that as it's reacting with the heat. The moisture is drying out of it and steaming up my camera, so you know it's doing the job. We're just going to get a little stock cube now and just drop it into our apricot nectar. Got to crumble it in there. It'll dissolve, don't worry too much about that. You could use fresh chicken stock if you have it, canned or bottled chicken stock, and you could also use powdered chicken stock. Okay, that's sizzling nicely now. You can see it's got quite a bit of colour on that. We're going to send in our white onions and our Spanish onions or red onions or scalloped onions. They've just been cut in half and sliced with our sliced up garlic and ginger. This will start getting really quite fragrant shortly. Keeping it on the saute function. Separate all those onion pieces out. We send in our little chilies now. Our apricots. No need to rehydrate them at this stage. That's going to happen in the cooking process, and after it's cooked it'll be quite a wet mixture, and what we're going to do then is put it back onto the saute function and just evaporate some of that water out of our apricot nectar. The reason that we'll do that is the apricots will soak up that nectar and be a really intense flavour, and then the reduction that you get when you evaporate some of the moisture out of it is also going to make it really sweet, syrupy and delicious. I'm sitting in the jam now. Just break that down. It's smelling pretty special. The colours in that, they're divine. And you can have this with fried rice if you've liked, and I've showed you how to make that in the Cook For Me, or you can have it just with some steamed rice, and I'll even show you a recipe on how to make the most amazing coconut rice in the Cook For Me. Our jam is all melted down, and before it starts to get a bit cooked up, we're going to send in our apricot nectar, which has had the stock cube dissolved in it. Getting little chunky bits, yep, got all that. Give it a good stir now. And now we're just going to close the lid, put it on the pressure cooker function and cook it for 5 minutes. Close and bolt the lid and press immediate start. Okay, the cooking process has finished. We have just heated up our lovely steamed rice and dinner is ready to serve. It's been made in probably about 20 minutes. It's going to taste amazing. You can keep it in the fridge and it actually tastes just as nice the next day. Now, I haven't made this too spicy, so it's really, really kid friendly. There are no bones, there's no skin, pretty healthy, and it tastes delicious. I hope you enjoyed this little cooking demonstration of Cheeky Richa Cooking's apricot chicken made in the Tefal Cook For Me. If you would like to see more interesting recipes and ideas, just check out our Cheeky Richa Cooking channel, and don't forget to please subscribe. And don't forget to tap that little dinner bell at the bottom, the notification to let you know when we've uploaded something new. And this is actually our 4th version of apricot chicken. We've done it in the ThermoChef, we've done it in the Dream Pot, we've done it in the pressure cooker, we've done it in the oven, and now I'm showing you a really simple recipe for it, made from scratch with the Tefal Cook For Me. Thanks for watching. Alright, you guys are going to be in a fog in a second. When I lift the lid on this, it'll still be bubbly hot. We'll check how runny the sauce is, and we'll probably put it onto the saute function or the browning function to evaporate some of that water out of it. But doesn't that look gorgeous? See how those apricots have just all plumped up as if they were refreshed from new. And now we're just going to put it onto the browning function, and that will evaporate some of this moisture out of it. While we set our table, pour the wine and serve our rice. Okay, Jill, here it is as promised. Lovely, thick, rich and hearty. There's ample food there to feed a family of 4. It's gluten-free, and as you can see, the onions and the apricots have just all melded down. That's not even a word, but let's use it anyway to make a lovely, rich, thick sauce. So we're just going to put that right in the middle of our crown of rice, and there you have it. It's economical, it's tasty, it's comforting, kids are going to adore it, and it's delicious. Okay, that pan will just wipe clean now quite easily, very little washing up, and there's enough there left over, and I think I might make some apricot chicken pies in the pie maker. You might want to watch that recipe too. Thanks for watching. And there you have it, Cheeky Richa Cooking's Tefal Cook For Me apricot chicken. Some of our rice, some of our chicken, which is tender as. Look at that. You could eat this with a spoon if you wanted to. It's screaming hot though. You don't need teeth. Sweet, tangy, chicken's incredibly moist. Just a fabulous, easy, tasty midweek meal. Thanks for watching. And I'll just show you something. The apricots, when they're reconstituted, because the Tefal Cook For Me actually forces the fluid back into the apricots to rehydrate them. And they are incredibly soft. See? You could just mash them with a fork. And you wouldn't do that with a dehydrated apricot. They're really quite chewy. Yum yum. Thanks for watching.